If you've ever worked in customer service before, you've probably made one of these big mistakes. And trust me, it's costing you more than you think. Your mentality. Hi, my name is thetryinryan, and with over a decade of experience in customer service, from managing coffee shops to processing custom apparel sales, I've seen firsthand how these mistakes can destroy relationships and affect someone's mental health. So let me save you some trouble and help you avoid these common mistakes and these customer service pitfalls. I've worked from the ground up being a barista, a salesman, a manager, and more. Whether you're new to the customer service game or you consider yourself a customer service veteran, these tips will help you step up your customer service game and help boost your confidence. The first mistake I want to cover, which I've seen so many people fall prey to, including myself, is when anyone in customer service takes things personally. You've probably already had an experience where a customer has been upset about something, and maybe you've taken it personally and got upset because they were upset. Well, I've got a news flash for you, and you probably already know this, but unless they are a family member or a friend, they have no idea who you are. They don't know anything about you. How could it possibly be against you as a person? But yet, humans fall prey to this all the time. They hear someone be upset, that someone else has an attitude or is grumpy, and they're taking it out on them, even though that's not right, but they do, and instead of being able to let it roll off your back like water on a duck's back, instead you take it personally. And that's just not necessary. Humans in general have all sorts of problems in their lives, and they usually handle it in dumb ways like taking it out on innocent bystanders. And one of the biggest victims to that innocent bystander is typically someone that works in customer service. Heck, a customer might even be upset that they just can't figure out what they're trying to read on the menu, and they can't figure out how they want to express that to the person behind the cash register. And instead of just owning up to it and asking for help, they get mad and try to blame the person behind the register for making it such a complicated menu or something silly like that. Well, I'm here to remind you it has nothing to do with you, so do not take it inside. I agree that no one should treat someone disrespectfully, and sometimes it's hard to know where that line is drawn, but our goal is to help answer questions and guide someone through a process to get them what they want or need. Always take what a customer says with a grain of salt. It's not you, it's them. One of my favorite examples that I had in the past was I had a shift lead while I was working at Starbucks that was dealing with a very grumpy man while taking his order, and things just kept not being right for him for some reason. And at some point she just stopped and she said, "Sir, are you having a bad day?" And he just stopped. He paused. He went, I really am having a bad day." And immediately his attitude went away. Sometimes it's just acknowledging that another person is a human, acknowledging that they're going through a rough spot, and they'll drop their guard. And they were able to have a great conversation and move on. Obviously, you need to be tactful if you're doing something like that. Don't be like, "You're having a bad day, aren't you?" Don't be a jerk about it. But if you can ask it nicely in an empathetic way, you might drop someone's guard and it might change their attitude. Number 2, another thing I've seen very common, especially if you're working in something like a coffee shop, is when you expect the customer to know what they want. The customer usually has no idea what they want. Yeah, sure, you might have the customer that walks in, orders perfectly, knows what they want, gets the order, and walks out. But we're gonna call those a gem because they are rare to find. Usually the customer does not know exactly what they want. They have questions, or like we talked about in the first one, they might be taking something out on you that they don't need to be taking out on you. So your goal is going to be helping guide them through an ordering process so that they understand what they want, or maybe they don't know what they want, but they want someone to guide them to something that would be fun or enjoyable, and they don't even realize they want it yet. You make a suggestion to them, and they take you up on the suggestion, they enjoy it, life moves on. Let me pull from my coffee experiences on this one. So just picture this. A customer walks in, they go up to the register because they want an amazing tasting coffee. Person at the register asks them, "What would you like?" And then they just look at them like a deer in the headlights. They don't really know exactly what they want. They just know they want something that tastes amazing. And how are they going to know what all tastes amazing unless they talk to you, who has the experience behind the register, to know what to offer to them? You might need to be a little creative, guide them along the way, steer the conversation a little bit, ask some questions along the way, and that's totally fine. That's what customer service is helping the person find what they want or need. Some customers don't even want to think. Let's just be honest. They're already thinking about all this other stuff in their life. They don't want to come in and have to think again. So you're helping alleviate their thinking process by suggesting a really amazing beverage to them, or a really cute dress, or whatever it might be for you. And let's be honest, if you're in sales, this is the perfect time to suggest something that might be a little bit higher quality, a little bit higher of a ticket item, that as long as they would like it and enjoy it, and maybe they need it, you can get a better bonus commission out of it. There's no shame in that. The bottom line is, if you're allowing a customer not knowing what they want to eat at you and frustrate you, then you need to work on shifting your focus to how can I help them get what they want, because that's the goal. And real quick, if you agree with me or disagree with me, can you please thumbs up or thumbs down the video just to let me know where we're standing here so I can keep making better content for you? I greatly appreciate that. Number 3, and in my opinion, the worst mistake you can make in customer service is apologizing to the customer for anything. That might sound extreme. Let me explain. I believe that if you are coming into a conversation with an "I'm sorry," you are coming in from a low position and you are elevating the customer's position. And that might even trigger the customer to be upset about something when they weren't upset originally, but then they were like, wait a minute, they're apologizing to me. Maybe I have been wronged. You don't need to say sorry. It's not like you're wronging the customer. Instead, reframe it into a positive. How do you reinforce a positive behavior from the customer? For example, if a customer has been waiting in line for a long time, do not say, "I am sorry for your wait." Do say, "Thank you so much for your patience." Because what are they going to do? "I'm not patient." No way! They're not going to say, "No, I'm not patient." They're going to grab onto that title of, "Yes, I am a patient person. I am a great, amazing human being." So when you thank them for being patient, they're going to remain patient, which is a good behavior and something you definitely want in customer service. Whenever I train baristas in my coffee shops, I told them to never say sorry. Let's look at some other examples of reframing. For example, if a customer says, "Hey, there's no more toilet paper in the bathroom. Thank you so much for letting me know." And the biggest reason why I want to say that is because it helps us to do our job better, because now we are aware of something and we can go fix it. We didn't really know that until the customer said it, because maybe we were busy or something else was going on or whatever, or maybe we were slacking off. But now we know and we can go fix it. Another one, "This drink really isn't tasting that great to me. Can you give me something else?" "Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity for me to be able to remake it for you so that you have a drink that is perfect for you." Again, going back to number 1, don't take it personal. Again, number 2, they probably didn't know what they wanted. Number 3, don't say sorry for this. Just thank them for letting you know so that you can make the drink correct for them and move on. And the most important part about this is when you reframe it to this positive, it puts you in charge of the situation, not the customer. And let me ask, who do you want to be in charge of the conversation? The customer or you? Pretty sure that was a unanimous answer there, wasn't it? Also, subtly, I think this affects your self-confidence, because if you come into the conversation from a positive standpoint and being in control of that conversation, you're going to look at yourself better instead of, "Oh, I'm so sorry, master. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." You don't have to keep saying sorry all the time when you didn't do anything wrong. The customer just needs to be patient because you're probably busy as crap, having to do all this stuff, and you're trying to get to them, but you didn't have time yet. So really, you're trying to do a service, and you need to come at it from a position of power, not a position of weakness. And speaking of thanking people, thank you to anyone that has already considered hitting that subscribe button below to help me out on my journey. So in summary, do not take anything a customer says personally. Instead, acknowledge they are mad at the situation. Don't assume that any customer knows what they want. Instead, help them discover what they want. Never ever say sorry to the customer. Be in charge of the conversation and thank them for their good behavior. And if you'd really like to learn more about the coffee industry and be trained on that, I have my whole coffee tutorial training playlist right up here. And if you're curious how I made my first dollar in content creation and how you can do it too, I have that video right up here. Here's to all my customer service friends, and I want to personally thank you for your service, because that service is never thanked enough.